Hello, Arjan, Theo.
There, the boys. How are you?
How you doing?
So you're in Amsterdam today?
Yeah, yeah.
That's great. Have you? I'm sure you've been before, right?
We've never been, first ever time, and so it's quite exciting because the album's kind of done really well here and stuff. So it's good to finally understand why.
Okay, so thanks, guys. Thanks so much for making time to speak with me. So I'm a Dutch blogger, but I'm based in the U.S. So it's
Wow.
really interesting because I'm sure you've seen the tweets and the messages on Facebook. You have a lot of fans here in the US as well.
It's amazing, really. 'Cause we've never, because we've been so kind of locked, caught up in Europe and the success here. It's America's very interesting. Very interesting to know that the music connects.
So, guys, congratulations with the release of the album, Happiness. The Road to Happiness Hurts.
Yeah, and very good, very good.
Um, I first started blogging about you guys. I think it was about a year ago, or in the fall of 2009, when I first saw Wonderful Life, the video,
Wow, thanks very much.
and I was really captivated by the sound and the look, and it was so different from everything else that's out there right now. Um, how quickly did the album come about?
Well, Wonderful Life was part of. We wrote three songs in February and March of last year, 2009, and Wonderful Life was the middle one of those songs. And then we made a video for that, and then a few months after that, that's when we signed our record deal and began work on the rest of the album.
It came about very naturally at the beginning because we didn't really know. We let the songs dictate who we were because we just wrote the songs and then went, okay, maybe this is who we are as a band. And it was made it all come together and also doing everything ourselves, like the videos and the kind of all the way the aesthetics of it all coming from us makes it natural because pop music needs to be individual. It needs to be done in its own little way. It needs to be great.
Right, exactly. So what was the song that started it all for you guys? I mean, what was the first song you wrote?
It was Unspoken with Hurts. That was the first time that both of us did really what we wanted to do. The music was very expansive, and that was the kind of music I always wanted to make when I was younger. And once we had that song, we knew that we had a blueprint for the rest of for Hurts. Really.
Yeah, and then it was amazing that song. Yeah, we didn't think about anything before, and that song then dictated the rest of the songs we wrote.
Right. So you were inspired by disco lento, right? Italian synth pop from the late '80s.
Italian people in general, Arjun, as we've just said. But it was more, I think, the kind of European pop music's very interesting to us because it's a lot of it's based on emotion as opposed to lyric. And I think one amazing thing is we put a lot of that into ours, and it's connected in lots of different countries that don't speak English. And I think I think if you put your own emotions into it, people can connect with that. And Italo disco and lento are very similar things to that. I think there was ambition there. There's another side to the pop coin that people don't get a chance to see very often. Pop music doesn't have to be dumb. It doesn't have to be soulless. It's a great thing that should be celebrated. And there's always two sides to the coin. There was the Spice Girls and there was Oasis, and we've got Jason Derulo and Tayo Cruz, but there's another side.
So who would represent the other side?
Hurts.
Ah, I knew that. I knew that was coming. You have any thoughts about Lady Gaga? Are you a big fan?
Yeah, we love her.
Huge fans. She's a she's a diamond in the rough. She's somebody who does her own thing and doesn't compromise it for anybody, and she makes great pop music. So it's something to be celebrated in the world of pop music. She's the other side of the coin as well. She displays the other side of the coin very well.
You guys are not only becoming very famous because of your music, but also sort of the styling and the look and your fashion. So, how deliberate was that? Like the way that you dress? I mean, how much of a concept was that?
The interesting thing about it is that what makes it cool for us is that we used to dress like this when we had no money. Before we had a record deal, we used to wear the exact same clothes as now. So that makes it even better for us.
Yeah, because when we were unemployed for 3 years, and we had every day we had to kind of find a purpose. When you're making music, but you're kind of chasing a dream, and it's very demoralising. You have no dignity, no pride left. But if you wear a suit or a shirt, you feel like you can conquer the world.
So, did you bring your hair comb too? Because I've seen that too in interviews.
I'll get it out for you, Arjan. Here we go.
Ah, there it is.
This is the comb that I asked for when we signed our record deal.
Oh, it is?
And Adam asked for an umbrella, but he hasn't got the umbrella.
So this is what you carry around with you all the time?
Put it over my eyes, it's free. Yeah, all the time, because it reminds me that, one, that I have to look at my hair looks something all the time, but also it reminds me that I made it.
Right, you made it. So there's no hair gel here. You can just do that.
There is hair gel. It's constantly hair gel, but a comb can get you out of any situation possible. If you've got a massive hangover, or if it's windy outside, get the comb out, and then everything's fine.
So when you met outside of a bar in Manchester, right? You ended up in a fight.
We didn't fight.
Oh, you didn't fight. You were watching the fight.
Yeah.
So you started to talk about music, or how?
We talked about it straight away, even though we were drunk. I remember we made crucial decisions. We decided we were going to make music together. We knew it was going to be a bit like Prince. All the best decisions were made on the first meeting. Yeah, we decided we wanted to write pop music on the first meeting. You can learn a lot at 4 o'clock in the morning because you're honest at that point. You don't hold anything back. You want to make pop music. Yeah, but there was a lot of conversation of what music do you like, and I'd say something and Adam go, that's shit, and then I'd say, what about you? And he'd say a band and I'd go, that's shit, and then so we eventually arrived at Prince, and we went, okay, thank God, we both like Prince.
The music doesn't sound anything like Prince, though.
But Prince is somebody, though, not necessarily musical, but he's somebody who writes great kind of classic pop songs, but produces them in a very odd, sort of idiosyncratic way, and he's also in control of the way the images and the videos, and he's very much a kind of an individual, which is very inspiring.
You know what's funny with you guys? Sometimes I don't know if you're serious or not.
We're never serious.
You're never always serious, right? I never know. You're just like big pranksters to me.
No.
No.
But no, of course we're not. But it's easy. It's easy for us to be happy in real life, Arjan. But it's much more difficult for us to be sad, like most men. So that's why we write sad music.
I find happiness in the music, though.
Well, that's good because there's hope in there, and hopefully people will find happiness from it, like we did.
I have to ask you about the Kylie collaboration because it's fantastic, it's phenomenal. So congrats with just getting her to do that.
Thanks very much. It was a brave decision to ask. We just wrote her a little letter, and we just said, hello, dear Kylie, we're Hurts. We're 2 boys from Manchester. Will you please sing on our song? And she sent one back and said yes.
That's so nice. So were you together in the studio with her, or did she record the vocals somewhere else?
No, we met in a studio in London, and we both sang, which was, I mean, as you can imagine, the most surreal and amazing moment of your life.
Yeah, she's an icon.
Well, the great thing about it is when you're hearing her sing a sad song, it's quite powerful because she's got such a soft little voice.
Yeah.
Sadness in it is really. That's why it was either her or nobody, really, because she was so perfect for the song that it was kind of. If we hadn't have got her, we probably just would have left it because no one else would have done it. Just.
You have a lot of fans in the gay community as well. Mm-hmm. Everywhere. What is that? I mean, do you get a lot? Do you feel that love from the gay community?
Yeah. Funny enough, when we first started doing shows, there was a lot of. It was a big part of the gay community used to come and see us play, and it was. I think it's more so now. Perhaps it's because it's men being emotional is very it appeals to women and obviously gay men alike. It's not something that you see very often, and it's also something that connects, I think, as well. And also there's a certain element which is very interesting. I guess there's a certain element of masculinity about it, which is also good.
Say it again.
There's a certain element of masculinity about I think as well about it, which is kind of which I think is quite appealing.
Yeah. Is it usually that Theo does most of the talking and Adam is just sitting there pretty? Because you're very handsome, Adam. You're very handsome.
Yeah.
We need
Well,
more of you.
Okay, talk to me. He can go.
I've gone now.
What's the chemistry between the two of you like when you record together, when you write music together?
Great chemistry.
Perfect chemistry.
Who's doing what?
What you don't realise, Arjan, is I don't really do most of the talking. Adam's a ventriloquist, and he's got his hand behind my back, and he does all the talking, and I just put my mouth.
I see, you're jokesters. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
But yeah, the music's very much. It started in a very like Adam did the music, I did the vocals, but over the years, it's kind of the two things have come together because we both understand what each other does. I think a lot. But it's important that there's two sides of it because that's what makes Hurts what it is the difference between us.
Have you gotten some interesting offers to do, to write maybe movie scores or be featured in commercials or, interesting side projects?
Well, we're waiting for the call from David Lynch. I don't think he's got our number.
Or Spielberg. But it was that would be something we'd love to do. Yeah. Movie soundtracks would be incredible because I think music's very visual. To us, it's a very visual thing, music, and it connects with. It's always connected with me in a way through visuals like nothing else. So it'd be a great thing. It'd be amazing.
I could totally see like the Hertz fashion line, the Hertz fragrance, the Hertz, frisbees,
Combs, the Hertz combs.
Hertz combs, yeah, Hertz everything. What would a Hertz fragrance smell like?
Gin. That's what it'd smell like. Gin and rose petals.
That's lovely. That's totally lovely. Thank you so much for chatting with me today. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoy the music, so I hope it's going to do really well, and it seems like it does. So that's totally awesome. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for all your support, Arjan, for so long. It's really great.
You bet. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Bye-bye.